there any public comment on the agenda? Would you like to have a copy of the agenda?
Yeah. Thank you.
Well, won't you?
No, I will share.
Is there any public comment? No public comment. Is there a motion to approve the only three, the last board meeting,
I wasn't here.
John and Susie were absent, so the other three needs to make a motion, and John, I guess, needs to abstain.
I'll make a motion.
Kim? Chris? All in favor?
Aye.
3 yes. 1 abstention. Two copies here. There's a brand new ink pen's not working. Is there a motion to approve the accounts payable voucher dated August 21st, 2025? Chris?
I'll second it.
Kip? John? Any questions or any concerns? All those in favor? You will notice that, we were up about 10,000 over last month, but this month, let's see, I've got to sign those vouchers. This is a new one, you got to sign a voucher for revenue each month. Here's your.
Just one of each, Doc? Just one of each?
Just one of those. That's all one thing. Just sign the front page. Looking at the miscellaneous August claims, August is always our most expensive month because we have to pay our insurance. That's about $15,000 every quarter. And then we had some pretty big claims, SHI, all of our access points on the internet. And then we had the, those two were wrong, 1 and 2 were wrong. The empowered learning should be the 6,700. And the 688 should be for Who's Your Business. Okay. So we had to buy 2 more Promethean boards for 2 classrooms, the other ones were defunct. And then we're paying half of what we owe GN Excavating and Trucking for those concrete wall behind the dugout. And then we had 4 different claims from Courson Fire and Security, the gym, William Bennett, Myers, and the high school. So this month, my guess is we're gonna probably spend 15,000 more than we took in last month. But August is always a very, very expensive month. In order to do the budget correctly, we're not gonna spend that much money on the budget. So as a result, I need to reduce the budget. First 6 months, we spent 821,000, and I'm estimating 900,000. That's probably high, but in other words, as a part of my budget process, if we're not going to spend that much money in the second 6 months, we're supposed to reduce it. And we still have over $1 million in appropriations. Well, we're not going to spend $1 million because we only spent 821,000 the first 6 months. The next 6 months will be a little bit more, but not very much more. So is there a motion to approve the reduction resolution, reducing the education fund budget from $173,599? Chris?
I'll second it.
Jim Bob, any further discussion? All those in favor?
I second that. I second that.
Okay, you second it? Okay. John? All those in favor?
Aye.
There's 2 copies here that we need to sign. I have completed the 2026 budget. Melissa will enter that in Gateway next week. You have to have it 10 days before the September board meeting, so she should have those entered next week. So you have to give me approval to advertise the following on Gateway, and has to go on the school corporation website, of the notice to taxpayers on a public hearing on the 2026 budget, notice to taxpayers on a public hearing of the 2026 capital projects plan, and notice to taxpayers on a public hearing of the 2026 bus replacement. Those 2 will be very simple, they're 0, but you still have to fill the forms out and have them approved. So a motion to approve the advertising items A, B, and C.
I'll make a motion.
John?
A, B, and C.
Is that what it was, Ken? All right. I do have my hearing aids in tonight, so I can't hear.
Do what?
Have my hearing, I heard that. I went to a hearing specialist today, and I think he's talking about putting a cochlear transplant. For my ears. So second on that?
Ken second.
Ken made the motion, who seconded?
I made the motion, Ken seconded it.
You made the motion. John seconded.
No.
Ken seconded.
There you go.
All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Got good news. Our assessed valuation went up substantially. I don't know why, but last year it was $20,609,516. This year it's $24,432,794. That's an increase of $3,823,278, or an 18.56% increase. Now, what that does, that will increase our revenue from the referendum fund, because you have a 41-cent tax rate. So if the assessed valuation goes up 18.56%, ours is going to go up from 83,000 to over 100,000 as a result of the assessed valuation going up. And I can't emphasize enough how important passing that referendum is. Matter of fact, it's almost so important. If we don't pass it, the school corporation is going to be in a substantial financial deficit. So all of us have to work together and contact your friends, contact your neighbors. That has to pass. Is there any question on the assessed valuation? Every so often, Brian has to update the policies on our school corporation policy handbook, which is 2 big books thick. And so you were sent it. Okay, those were sent out, so you have read those. So this is the first reading of those policies. And we don't have to do anything tonight at the September board meeting. They have to approve it. We have to transfer money from the education fund to the operations fund. And in order to try to avoid transferring more than 15% from the education fund to the operations fund, I found a quirk in the law, and we can transfer it to rainy day, and then next month the board can transfer the money from rainy day to operations. And that's the only reason we do that is we're trying to keep under the 15%, because if you don't, you have to go through some hoops with the school finance people. So basically, we're just asking that the Board of School Trustees approve the school corporation treasurer to transfer $88,000 of the 2025 education funds unused and unencumbered budget from the 2025 education fund to the 2025 rainy day fund. And we can only transfer a little over $188,000 because the law changed. You can only transfer 10% of your budget. Last year it was 15%, but the state changed it again, made it 10. So we transferred $100,000 the first 6 months, We got 88,000 left that we can transfer. So that's why the 88,000 is, there's a few more dollars than that, but I cut a few dollars down, so it will be under, it will not go over the 10% of our budget. Is there a motion to approve the transfer of $88,000 from the education fund to the rainy day fund? Chris? Jim Bob? Any further discussion? All those in favor? Two copies, please. I don't know what our ADM's gonna be yet. It's about what it was last fall. We're down probably 12 or 14 kids from February, but it's almost the same as it was last fall, isn't it, Julie?
Yes.
We typically pick up kids prior to August 1st, kids that transfer from other schools or for whatever reason. Julie, did we get that signed on that appropriation thing? Did the board sign those?
Yes, they got it.
Okay. Under personnel, I recommend that the board approve employing Jim Adams, probably James, but Jim Adams as part-time custodian at Myers Elementary School, effective July 24th, and I didn't put it on there, but at a rate of $20 per hour.
I'll make a motion.
How many hours?
John?
Jim, you told me 20.
John made the motion.
What about Kim?
I asked a question, how many hours?
Typically 4 hours a day,
Typically, it's 20 hours, Brian said. unless
3 or 4
it's-
hours.
So I try to hold it to that.
Part of that, during school, part after school, how's that work?
It depends on what it encompasses. If it's something on the inside of the school, I wait until after school is over.
Okay.
So then it's then, now the last 2 or 3 days, what I've been doing is I've been working outside, weed eating and mowing and trying to get all that caught up, then I can do that during the day.
Right.
So it's been a catch up as far as the last 2 weeks, getting it caught up to where the maintenance is much easier on the inside. There's just so much stuff that had just fallen to the wayside. And the first week, that's all I did was work on the inside, catching everything up, cleaning things that had been cleaned, got those weed and stuff like that. But now that I've got that down to where that's a little bit easier to maintain, now I'm working on the outside, that's been a job on the outside. If you drive down through there, in front of the school, what you see is not, it's light years from what it was before. I found the curb, it was under the grass.
I was mowing that grass, I mowed it several times in the last few years. More
Yeah.
to it than just on sidewalks.
Oh, yeah, that's crazy.
I'll make a motion for, you know,
No.
I'll make a motion.
John made the motion, is there a second? Again? All those in favor? Typically, we do not give salary increases to non-certified employees until we finish with our collective bargaining. But we increased age from $15 to $16 per hour. That makes because the janitor at Myers getting paid
Secretary.
with Myers,
The secretary.
secretary at Myers, getting paid less than the aides, so I'm recommending that she get an increase to $15.40 to $17 an hour, effective July 21st. That's when she came back to school for the 2025-26 school year.
I'll make a motion.
John? Chris? All in favor? We had one request for a field trip from Billy Gogol, science class, I'm not sure which class, to go to Owensboro to the Living Lands and Waters on a river barge. So a motion to approve. Chris? Ken? All those in favor?
Aye.
We also have one request for an early graduation. Michaela Schneider. Spelled the same way it's spelled. Hers is SCHNEIDER. And she says that she is starting cosmetology classes, and she's also working part-time, so she's asking that she be able to graduate this year, be 1 year earlier than she would have. I recommend that the board approve that. Yes? Second?
I'll second.
John? All those in favor? I will be doing a lot of working on our ADM, what that's going to do to our funding. And at the September board meeting, after I know what for the ADM is and what the result's going to be, I have about $117,000 in reducing our budget. And so we may lose that much. Because if you lose 10, that's 80,000. So it may be a little bit more than that. So I will decide what I should do in the best interest of the school corporation by the September board meeting, because I will not let the school corporation stand in my way for us to go into deficit spending. And again, I can't emphasize enough that we have to pass that referendum. If we have to go door to door or pick people up or whatever, because the future of the school corporation is contingent upon that passing. We can't lose another $100,000. We can't do it financially.
Is there a social media release that somebody in the school corporation could write up to start hitting in Facebook and different things like that to promote this?
Well, we'll start our campaign probably in
Well, don't wait.
October.
Well, I wouldn't wait too long, because you have to stress to people that it's necessary for the school board, and it is not going to raise their taxes.
Yes.
Period.
It absolutely will not increase taxes.
And so,
Now-
I mean, those two things right there should push it.
As a result of our assessed valuation,
Yeah,
we'll take in more money.
yeah,
But the tax rate's been 41 cents for 14 years.
it is.
But that resolution that you have to put on there on the ballot is misleading.
Yes,
It's saying it's going to increase as if we do not have one.
yeah. Well, that's what I mean. I think that's why it needs to be out there.
I'll get information out to the newspaper, take ads.
Social, I think Mr. Adams talking about the school's social media page,
Sure.
Facebook page.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Anything like that, anybody that can pull that up, you know, they can see.
I don't
and
know if the
everything
school
what's
can do
going
that,
on.
can we?
Oh, I'm sure you can. But just any venue that you.
The school
put out
is
there
supposed to be
where somebody can
neutral, but if the ISTA gives us $5,000, that's not the school.
Right.
That's a different fund, so we can put signs up, we can put brochures, put advertisement, and,
So we just need to find somebody to start a Facebook page that explains this.
It just can't be
well,
school's official page.
we had 1 year that we didn't do anything. We
Be
just,
careful who you get to do it to, because they have to stay on it, you know. Facebook pages are like anything else. When they used to be, they would get them started, and then nobody would ever check them, or they would never update them or anything. The next thing, you know, hell, you can pull up a Facebook page for somebody, or a website for somebody right now, and there hadn't been anything added into it for 4 years. Okay, so, I mean, Cal said he did that at one point in time when Elster Cell was there. They fired one up. Next thing you know, nothing's ever updated. The calendar's not updated or anything like that as far as upcoming events and things. And
We need to try to just find somebody to start one up.
Would we have flyers or as well, because October the 11th, I think, is the fall,
Heritage Fest,
Heritage Fest, yeah.
good idea.
So, I know our church has a booth, you know, Ridge Group has a booth, and
I've
so,
heard that that's all gonna be inside now.
that's, well, yeah, but,
yeah, I don't know how it's gonna work
well,
though, because I thought there was something else.
covered wagon's gonna be outside. They're having vendors and things outside.
I kept
well.
thinking though that
I
there was
don't
a.
know how that could work,
athletic
if they're
thing
gonna
that's
have
supposed to
like a volleyball or
I
basketball.
wonder how much election
had to
signs,
change the date.
election signs are there still
Change the
around
date.
now.
you'll have very few people vote.
I still got my old one.
Last time it was like 100 and some odd in favor, and less than that, this whole, very few people will go vote because it's a special election. So we have to let people know that on November the 4th, go to City Hall
Yeah,
and vote yes on the
There will be
referendum.
people get out to vote no on it.
yeah.
Because
I think
we had a
that was-
1 year gap, because 1 year we didn't do anything, we just assumed it's gonna pass. And, our former board member, was in opposition and brought people to the polls.
Well, you know, I just say about assumptions.
Okay,
Well, and I think some people, like you said, they don't know because they don't understand, like he said, the way it's worded. If it's not explained to people that their taxes will not go up, and I'm thinking that's what we should make sure we get that word out. Taxes are not going to go
Absolutely,
up.
anybody gets more than taxes on it.
Well, that being said, 80% of everybody that would vote or not vote for the thing to begin with is not even know what it's about. So that's your ticket
That's what our
to
job is.
push it under their nose and say, okay, we have to have this as a school corporation. No, it is not going to increase your taxes. Vote yes, and keep it simple and, you know,
Well, I've told everybody I know that asked me about it. I
yeah.
said, just go vote yes.
well, I think that the majority of the people are in favor of it, but we just gotta get them out to do it.
There's no reason why they shouldn't be,
Right.
actually, you know, but
Question, are you still gonna go to the city council meeting,
Yes,
for September or October?
we'll try to go September.
Okay.
I'll let
I'd like to go too.
I'll let you know, I'll get a hold of the, is his name Smokey?
yes.
I don't know what his last name is.
Graves.
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 Graves?
I did have something to bring up, change the subject a little bit, I don't know if it needs to be emotional, but class reunions went toward the school September 6th. You don't have a problem with that?
What is it?
A class reunion,
An all class reunion?
no, just one class.
Oh,
Our class,
Our class,
30 years.
are you okay with that, Mr. Stein?
Sure.
30-year reunion?
About your
60
class.
someone coming up, I think.
God, we
Do you have anything else, gentlemen? It's a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn.
John, Chris. All those in favor?
Aye.